what thing that should obviously never been allowed to happen is now likely to cost the Treasury billions of pounds?
Being in government?
It's close.
Letting buildings catch fire.
Correct, yes. That is the correct answer. Housing Secretary Robert Jenrick announced billions of pounds in funding this week to help tackle the UK's flammable cladding crisis, confirming that leaseholders in high-rise residential buildings will face no cost for cladding repair works, and leaseholders in low-rise buildings can, and I quote, go swivel. This is a story that, I don't know, it's one of the most bleak and depressing stories in recent times. And what can we learn about Britain from this whole sorry mess?
Isn't this just classic Britain? Like, this is actually Britain encapsulated in a moment in time. Go in, muck things up, ruin lives, then come in and go, oh, we'll help you. Like, it's very kind of the government to cover the cost of removing unsafe cladding they approved in the first place. It's like giving someone a head trauma and then getting praise for applying pressure to the wound. Oh, you're so kind and violent. Oh, thank you, master.
But it's significantly more rubbish than that, because they're not paying for everyone. They reckon that if you're sort of 18 metres from the ground, you can jump, because actually they're not going to pay to get your cladding removed if you're only a few stories up. They're only going to do it for certain people. The whole thing is so utterly rubbish. I mean, just write the sodding cheque. I mean, it's not hard, is it?
The only bit of this grim story that I've found joyful is discovering that the Shadow Housing Secretary is called Fangham Debonair, and that she chose that name and changed it by default shortly after graduating from Oxford. And now, she is awesome, by the way. I'm just jealous that I only went kind of half-mast and stuck with Fostekew, and I wish I'd just sort of gone the whole hog and called myself Jessica Fancy Pants.
Never too late. The Grenfell United campaign group described the government scheme as, quote, too little, too late, which is a bit harsh. It's only 3.5 years after a completely avoidable and unimaginable tragedy with repercussions affecting the lives and properties of thousands and thousands of people. I mean, that's not even a full Olympic cycle, and they've been run off their feet spending taxpayers' money on pictures of the Prime Minister's cat. So cut them some slack, please. Coincidentally, Too Little Too Late was also draft one of the Hands Face Space slogan. And the money is only available to buildings over 18 metres because. And this has led to reports that some of the tower blocks that have applied for the money are in fact two 9.5 metre high buildings on top of each other wearing a large raincoat.